Hello, welcome back. We are in the week 6. We have gone through a bit on this Microsoft Excel. By now, you should be able to do basic formatting, uh, use the E formula, set up a template with a graph, do condition formatting. What do we have some more here? Basically, you can pretty much create a, what I would say, interactive budget or interactive template to suit with your assignment, right? So today what we'll learn further on is how to use this Excel further. Our main focus will be on the function of index and also the function of VLOOKUP. I'd like to try to make this quite fast. Don't want to go through drag it too long. So what we'll do is, since we have done all the budget plans and whatnot, now we're gonna do is the actual over here, right? Actual, maybe actual sales. Should we put sales? Sales. Actual sales. Yeah, actual sales. So we'll create a random list over here. We'll use some of the method to generate the random list. So let us start with creating the title for this budget. All right. All right. So we have the date over here. What should we have next is the, let me check here. Yeah? We should have the, should we put customer list, customer name, or we could put the random number. Let me just check date. What should we have for a list? Okay, let us put a transaction ID. All right. Reason being, we have to keep track of the transactions, right? Customer name, and then we got our services, because we are doing printing services, right? So service. I'll put service over there. Quantity and unit price, then total. Maybe we can put in the payment method as well, and remarks, right? Something like this. Okay, let us put this as a bulk. But let's start with the date. Okay, over here is very interesting. We'll create a random list, right? So we can use a function called random. And random is a very good, interesting feature in random. So over here, if you can see, right, there's different random that we can have. So let us put random between, so that let us create a list for maybe just the January, right? January list. So random between, so the top over here, we can put in, if it's figures, we can put in our figures. If it's numbers, we can just put 1 and then the bottom and then the top maybe the 10. All right. Over here bottom, let us put in the date. We can put in more functions. Yeah. Date. Start with the year, so 2025. The month, April, and then the date. Maybe we start. No, April. All right. We want first, and then we close the bracket and put a comma. Date. Year is 2025. And then the day is 31st. There you go. You can have a simple random. Over here, you will be shocked if it's not set as date, right? Over here is general, so we should change to short dates. You can also select as a long date, but let us just put it as short date, all right? We'll click like this. Let us create maybe a list of 50, all right? A list of 50 transactions. Let us create the transaction ID as well. So here, let us try to go more interesting. I want to do something more interesting. Let us create the formula like this. All right, equals to. We want to put the first TX. All right, transactions. Then put a dash. We are trying to create a pre-sequence numbering. All right. Pre-sequence numbering over here based on just for fun, right? The row. So it will start with TX and then we put an N. All right, it means it will plus with another text. Text is connected. All right, text function lets you to change the way a number appears. By applying formatting to it, format codes is useful in situation where you want to display number in more readable format, or you want to combine numbers with text or symbol. So here we can put in row. So it will refer to the row references. Maybe we put over here, row number 1. So this will appear as 1, all right? And then we'll put comma. We'll make it, no, we'll close the bracket first and put a comma. Then the formatted text would be, let's put 4 zeros. Then close the bracket. Okay. This will be the first, if it follows on the first one. All right, let us double click and you can see it follows up as below. So here, let us create also. Now we come into first function that you want to do is what we call the index formula, right? Index is more interesting if we want to do random. VLOOKUP and index is the same. VLOOKUP index combined with match formula, it has the same similar features as VLOOKUP. In fact, it's better. Now, let us see how it works instead of me trying to explain to you the theory, right? Let us create a customer list. So maybe customer customer 1, right? If you can see, right, each time if I change something, this thing will random, it will keep on changing, right? Just enter, you see it will keep on change because it's random. So let us create the index first. Over here, we want to index, we want to pull the information from here to match to our requirements. All right. So index, so you see, it means it returns a value or reference of the cell at the intersections of a particular row or column. So let us index the first. Over here is the array, means this is the array. Let us again click F4 while selecting the coordinates just to lock this coordination, and then put a comma. The column over here, all right, it is asking us what reference are we referring to. Since this is random, right, we can match the random formula inside here. Let us put in random between. Random between. So 1, 2, the maximum count of the top, which is the max, how much that we're gonna count over here, right? 1, 2. Over here, if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can put 1 to 10, or we can put 1, 2, and then we put a count over here to insert this list of value. Okay. Again, click on F4 to lock this cells coordination. Then close the bracket. Close again the bracket, and finally close the last bracket. Then click enter. Wait. It came out an error, random. Let us try to do some checking over here. Okay, you need to put count A. Count A is this one, the number of cells in a range that are not empty. We're just going to count A on this so that it will not return as error. All right, so that it will not return as error. So here, let's put if we have 10, let's say. All right, just for fun, all right, just for fun, that you can make the formula more interesting. So just in case, if you use this one, count, it will count how much over here. Instead, it will return back the value. So count also can use, you can use that as well. Now let us move to the next one, the random of these services. So since we come back over here, we have two types of services, which is sales printing, and this one more trick is you can hold control and select two cells together to copy, and then paste over here. Maybe let us put here customer, name this. Okay, just drag this onto here. Type of services. Okay, let us do wrap text and click this one just to have nice. All right, just to arrange it nicely. So tile services, we have these two. We're going to do the same thing as this one. We're gonna do the same thing for these services. I just copy this and paste here. Of course, it won't work because it is referring to this. So let us drag this forward here. We can just adjust the formula easily like so, all right? Just hover your mouse over to here and enter. And you got the random list, okay? Then we can go to the quantity. Over here, we just do a random quantity. Let us random between 1 to 10, right? Equals to random between 1 to 10. Okay, then you will have a random quantity 1 to 10 over here. Price unit. Let us straight away follow the amount over here so that we actually follow back price unit. Sales of prints. That's the sales of prints per unit equals to custom per unit. All right, this one put in dollar. Maybe we can put in the RM. Okay, over here, we want to use the index formula again. There's two ways for us to do this one. One is we can do the what we call the VLOOKUP, and another one we can actually use the index. Let us try the index first. Then I will show you also the VLOOKUP. Should we go for the VLOOKUP first? Let me see. VLOOKUP is easier, right? Equals to VLOOKUP value to search. So let us search for this one, okay? Of course, there's a lot of way to do. So this is the, for VLOOKUP, you need to highlight the whole thing for the table array. Let me see. Table array, okay. Then number two, you're going to return the value on the second column. All right. Then the range of lookup is you want files, all right, to exact match. Close the bracket. Then you can double click. Of course, we forgot one thing, which is to lock this one, the cells over here. All right, if you can see, so it should be, it should reflect back the actual amount. It should automatically reflect back the amount over here. There's actually another method, which is the index method as well. You can use equal index and first select the array, which is these two, and then we want to match this match this one to this, okay. Let me see. Okay, we match this with this one, I think. Yep, should be so, and then exact match. Okay. Again, we want to lock this. Okay, we need to correct this one. Actually, put in another close bracket. So if we double click, we can see the formula of index will also work. Okay. Then of course, total is equals to this, multiply with this, you get the total. All right, then payment method. Over here, we will do also the same thing. Why we want to do so much list over here later, the following tutorial, we will see that the pivot table, all right, how to create a pivot table for this kind of data. We'll make it longer, maybe 100 transactions. All right, let me just put in another one over here, which is the payment method. Okay, let us put in cash, credit card, online transfer. So over here, similar, we will do the index and random, same as this one over here. Just copy this and paste this over here. But we need to drag this one to here and adjust the range of this Excel accordingly. All right, that is change accordingly. Therefore, you get your randomized index. And finally, the remark over here, we might want to also create a remarks, all right? Let us say paid, pending. Maybe you want to put in paid, or pending. I think paid or pending should be, but if paid, it cannot be pending if it's cash, right? So there will be one more interesting formula that you can learn from this. You can include also the if formula. If over here is cash, it shouldn't be pending. It should be paid automatically. So you should try this out as your own tutorial and make it workable. But for this, let us just paste this to here, and let me just complete this formula. Okay. Of course, you see this cash cannot be pending, right? So it will be your homework to check how to further modify this accordingly. All right, this formula over here, but I will not do that for now. All right, for now until the next class. All right. So now we have a list automated, not really automated. I mean like a randomized list. I think we can go like 200 list. So there you go. We have completed today's simple tutorial on learning how to use the index and also the VLOOKUP. We match it with, we mix the formula with matching. We mix the formula with random between. We also, try to generate, or say, a list of customer using this formula. Next class, I will continue to show you how to use a more complex equation over here, when it's pending, it shouldn't be pending over here. All right, it should be paid. And also we'll create a pivot table to explore further on this list of transactions over here. And yeah, I think we'll have more, I think another two or three more Excel short class, all right, that will use the next one will be on the pivot table, that's confirmed. We'll use also the what if formula in this Excel. And then the following class, we'll look into the VBA script. We'll try to create some sort of scenario to allow to require you to that requires you to actually automate, not really automate lah, all right, like some pretty much if it's repetitive work, when we want to paste something or we want to do certain formatting, then you can create a macros functions using the VBA for you to just simply click and it will process accordingly. So that's all for now. See you all again in the next Excel class.